Godzilla has fought many kaiju that have took his DNA before, such as Space Godzilla and also Bagan. But Biollante and Orga are the most well known of doing that. Well, one of them is most well known. The other most well known one is Space Godzilla. But Orga is still popular for Godzilla fans. And he's one of my favorite antagonists in Godzilla history. But anyway, both took in Godzilla's DNA, one by scientific reasons. The other reason is because aliens found Godzilla to be have the strongest DNA in the planet, or something like that, and they took his DNA and created Orga. So, who would win in a fight between the two kaiju that took in Godzilla's DNA and different reasons? Biollante versus Orga. Biollante. Standing at a height, well, not standing, because she doesn't have feet. Anyway, at a height of 120 meters and weight of 200,000 metric tons, she's one of the heavier kaiju in the Heisei era. Orga. At a height of 65 meters and 45,000 metric tons, he is on the lighter side of the Millennium Era, the best era of the Godzilla history. That's a hot take, but anyway. Now, already there's a big advantage for Biollante, but height and weight doesn't matter in fights. People should know that. So, unless you don't believe that, and like, okay, good for you. Anyway, Biollante IQ. Biollante is portrayed with human-level intelligence, maintaining the memories of Erika Shirigami, the deceased daughter of whose cells were spliced into Biollante. Battle IQ. Above average for a kaiju. Orga's IQ. He lost some of the Millennium's intelligence, only just trying to get Godzilla's DNA to be perfect. Like Cell. Anyway, battle IQ. He is very inexperienced. He was a very inexperienced fighter, but he moved around a lot and was able to stun Godzilla with a hit. Now, IQ goes to Biollante because of the human level intelligence. Battle IQ is a tie because they really both can do a lot in the fighting range of the Battle IQ range, because it's just how it is. Okay, Biollante's strength. Was able to pierce through Godzilla's hands. Since she has Godzilla's DNA, she gets most of her strength from his cells. Strength for Orga. Orga possesses immense strength, surpassing even Godzilla in some aspects due to his enhanced regenerative abilities derived from absorbing Godzilla's DNA. Orga's shoulder cannon was able to shove Godzilla back into a building, and also he stunned Godzilla with an uppercut. Strength goes to Orga because he did a lot more than Biollante could. Durability. Biollante could fight with Godzilla until he was weakened by an anti-nuclear bacteria, while Orga durability can take many of Godzilla's attacks, and his regeneration makes him hard to kill. Durability goes to Orga. Both can still get hurt, but Orga's regeneration is far better than Biollante's by a long shot. Point goes to Orga. Speed. Biollante's speed. Surprisingly, she can move in a short burst of speed because of her tendrils on the lower of her body. Orga speed should be compared to Godzilla in some speeds in the film. However, he is very athletic. He is very athletic for how he is built, able to jump 100 meters in the air in a distance of 300 meters. I would say speed could possibly be a tie, because Biollante is able to do short bursts of speeds, which could catch Orga off guard, but Orga could just jump away. So speed is a tie. Abilities. Biollante has her tendrils, energy spores, telepathy, acid sap, and regeneration. Orga's abilities is his shoulder cannon, regeneration, adaptation, and telepathy. I usually put abilities in a tie, but in some instances there has been a fighter with better abilities, and this is also one of them. Orga wins abilities because of his adaptation and better regeneration. Weaknesses. This is a big one. In Biollante's flower beast form, her cellular division is abnormally affected by Godzilla's atomic ray, resulting negatively in her body damage, and heavy body damage, as demonstrated when a direct shot to her body caused her petals to detach from her head, forcing her to regenerate them. The direct blast from the atomic breath inside of her also can prove catastrophic, as with her final battle against Godzilla, when Godzilla fired his atomic breath into her mouth, causing it to explode out the back of her head. Orga's weakness. Though Orga's healing factor works much faster than Godzilla's, it is not perfect, as after regenerating part of his shoulder that was destroyed by Godzilla's atomic breath, Orga's shoulder cannon was no longer present. While Godzilla was unable to fatally injure Orga in direct combat due to the latter's enhanced healing factor, he was able to exploit the opportunity to attack Orga once Orga attempted to swallow Godzilla whole. Godzilla ran headfirst into Orga's maw and allowed himself to be partially absorbed before unleashing a powerful atomic shockwave from his body, which completely obliterated Orga's upper body. Orga could not heal from this devastating injury, and his headless corpse simply fell to the ground and disintegrated. So, both have very big weaknesses. However, I must say confidently, Orga does win this fight. How? Since Biollante has G cells, he could just bite Biollante and absorb more G cells from her tendrils, or just jumping towards her and biting into her body. And if Biollante fired her acid sap or bit Orga, he can just regenerate and adapt. And I know this possibly could happen. If Biollante tried biting into Orga's head, or just bite into Orga's whole body, he could do what Godzilla did: fire his shoulder cannon into Biollante, causing her head to explode. Well, the back of her head, and make her leg up, which would be fitting because Orga died that way, and Orga doesn't want to die like that again. So the winner is Orga because he has better strength. He has better strength abilities. He has better strength, durability, and abilities than Biollante, although it would not be an easy fight for both of them because of how unkillable they are. But since Biollante has G cells, Orga would just absorb Biollante's G cells from her tendrils or something. And also his shoulder cannon would cause more damage than her acid sap, so there's that. So the winner would be Orga. On a complete other note, unrelated to the video. I got this statue. It might come into videos more often if you want me to use it. Anyway, that's the end of the video. Have a good day, night, or evening, and I'll see y'all next time for Warbat versus Ion Dragon, and after that, possibly Mega Gearus versus Kamazots, if that's what you want to see. And I'm going to work on my what ifs videos, because I'm going to do Shin Godzilla 5th form and Giga in Jurassic Park instead of Rexy. So that's all. See you next time. Also, got a sword. Got a sword. That's it. See ya.